Well, hi and welcome back to Partickhill Station, everybody watching out there on YouTube. Thanks for dropping by once again. And we're coming to the end of the tutorial on how to make a simple diorama. A couple of things yet to be done, and you'll be seeing it on the following video. I had to make a tree, so I go through the process of finding the tree material and then dressing it up, and then we go onto the diorama itself, and I have to plant the tree, I have to put the fence in place, and I found some sheep to finish it off, and then the loco has been weathered and put in place, and then it's finished. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to give me the big thumbs up, and more importantly, leave a comment. That's very important, and I'll get back to you if you've got a question. And besides that, if you decide to have a go at this yourself, and I'm sure most of you are more than capable of making a small diorama. If you do, drop me a note, put it on YouTube, let everybody see what you've done, and share the knowledge. Anyway, once again, thanks very much, and we'll see you at the other end. Bye for now. So here are a couple of trees. I can do a couple of things with it. I can cut them off and make them individual trees, or I can cut them, move the branches over to make it a larger tree. I'll probably take the heads off most of this and then apply flock to it, but it looks pretty good, as you can see. I'm adding in some acrylic craft paste. This one's from Testers, because I think it needs something. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Something with a little bit of body in it. As you can see, it's already bulking up, and that's exactly what I want. Just turn it around. Yeah, so we'll let that dry and see how it works. So I've already given the tree, well, sorry, after sculpting the trunk of the tree, I coated it with hunter's green and a little bit of grey, and now what I'm going to do is finish it off with some dry brushing of burnt umber, and then I'll get on to removing some of those buds and putting a more realistic looking canopy on there. So now we're going to kind of dry brush with a burnt umber, and this helping hand is going to come in very useful. So let's get started. I'm just trying to scrape off as much as I can here before I start brushing this on. And okay, turn it around, and you'll still be able to see the green through the brown, but that's okay because trees aren't really brown. They're a mixture of colours, and many of them, their trunks are actually green. When you were a kid at school, you always drew them with brown or black trunks. But later on, you kind of realised that, well, nature is funny with its colours. Anyway, I think that'll do for the moment, unless I've missed any glaring, yeah, some little white spots in there we can take care of. It's not a problem. And while we're at it, I can remove some of these seeds because we don't really need them, although having some on it will come in handy as I put a new top on it. Yeah, I think that's good, and it'll look great once I finish it off. Stay tuned. So I was at George's Trains, which is the model railroad store nearest to me, and I picked up some polyfibre for a great price. So if you're in or around Toronto and you're looking for some material, stock, wherever, go and visit George's Trains. Anyway, I'm going to be applying the polyfibre to my tree. Now, I've removed much of the buds that were on there. I may take a few more off before I start applying the small pieces of polyfibre. And what you have to do is tease it out so you get a large coverage but with a small amount. Now my tree is all but finished, with the exception of possibly some leaves, and if you recall, I crushed up some and dried out some tea leaves. So I'm going to put a little bit of hairspray on there, and then I'm going to drizzle some leaves on to see how that looks. Now I don't need too many, I just need the sort of granular effect, and I think that looks okay. That'll look nice on the layout. And I think that looks pretty good, realistic. Let's get it onto the diorama. As you can see, I've added a couple of train spotters for effect, and I'm just going to place the tree in here. So another step to completing the diorama is to take this, I believe it's a dapple kit that I put together, and I've added in a driver, and as you can see, he's little bit on the tall side, but that's okay. And I picked up these Tamiya weathering master kit thing, and I got it in Hobby Lobby down in the States, and it was $10, which is a really good deal. So, you know, I've got, I think it's dust and soot and rust. So I think you have to get a little bit of water, and I'll get the water. Instructions were to take the little brush and just get some water on it, and then pick up some of this soot, and then we'll see how it works. And just I think it's going on. It's difficult to tell. But it seems to be having a kind of dulling effect, and that would tell me that it's actually working. I mean, if you have this, you may also have your own methodology, but I think this is working just fine, as you can see there. And then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of rust, and then I'll just put it on here and there. As if it's been up and down the line many times. So I think that has the desired effect. You know, I hope you can see that. And if you're watching it on your big screen TV, you should be able to see it. You know, maybe just put a little bit more on the front buffer. Just to dull that down a bit. There, I think that works quite nicely. So for $10 in the US. That's worked out just fine. These were sold for use on tanks, and this one has sand, light sand and mud, and they'll all come in handy at some point. As you see, $9.99. I think I bought one of these a year or two ago, and it cost me over $20 through Amazon or eBay, wherever. Anyway, great buy, and that'll look great on the diorama. Now I might cover it with a fixative so that it doesn't rub off. So we'll see you on the diorama soon. So now we have to put a little bit of glue where we're going to place the fence. Just add a little bit of glue in there just to keep it in place. We'll let that dry. And we just added in an old telegraph pole here for added effect. And I did make a video on how to make this, so we'll try and direct you to that. And that's basically the diorama completed, and I'll drop the locomotive in there once the the matte fixative is dried and this is dried, and then that's it, finished. So as you see, you probably have most things here. I guess the biggest task is if you make your static grass applicator, that's half the battle. And these people came from George's trains, and they're 1 to 87. They fit in just perfectly. You wouldn't know the difference. The walls were cut from XPS foam, various ground cover, and the scattered grass. I made the tree. You saw how I've done that, and then that's the track was weathered and ballasted, and that's it. It's finished. So the loco is dried after weathering it and sealing it with a fixative, and as you can see there is some weathering staining. and the old fence is in place. And the roughage of the countryside. And there's the telegraph pole. And our train spotters. They look just great. And there's our tree. And one thing more. No British countryside would be complete without a flock of sheep. So let's get them on the diorama. What a day for the dad and his son out train spotting and find a flock of sheep. Well, there you go, the project is finished. Diorama is complete. And I really hope that this inspires you to do one on your own. As I've tried to point out, simple materials can help you design and build a diorama of your choice. And I would really love to see what you attempt, and please post it on YouTube somewhere so that I can see it. Thanks very much for joining me on this journey of building a simple diorama. If you enjoyed this, please remember to give me the big thumbs up and leave a comment. That would be greatly appreciated. We'll see you next time here at Partickhill Station. Bye for now.